crack it in the road. Head down, concentration, phone. Hey, at least it's dry for a little bit, ain't it? It's good, isn't it? Good, good. My feet aren't though. Stupid Risha boots aren't bloody waterproof either. Oh yeah! Okay, okay. Don't look at the crack in my arse. Hey, do cool people still replace THs with dirt and da? Or do people not do that anymore? You know, like, in the house, or who dat? Or, I'm sorry officer, I didn't know dat was a child. Do you know what I mean? People still do that. I remember 20 years ago, there was a big thing about shizzling nizzles and stuff. That was cool. Don't do that anymore either. Like shizzling my nizzle and stuff like that. I'm out of touch. I'm out of touch. It occurred to me today, actually, when I was listening to some music. And I think it was a Canadian, don't judge me, it was a Canadian jazz singer, right? And I was listening to like a 2007 album, right? Dominance. And I've obviously never heard it before. And I was thinking, oh, 2007, which is the same year as this bike, I think, something like that, in and around there. And I was thinking, oh yeah, that's like, you know, in the 90s, and owning a bike was made in the 70s. But the difference is stark, I'd say. Whereas the difference between this bike and a bike 20 years later is fundamentally the same. Just obviously there's more tech on current vehicles. By tech I mean like more electronics than I do mean actual. I mean, because since what, fuel injection? Is that it, really? That's like the going from carbs to fuel injection. And I wouldn't really consider that like too much tech. That's just, I don't know, it just makes sense to me, fuel injection. Considering diesels have been injection thing from the outset. Can't imagine like a carbureted diesel. But yeah, so is it peaked? Has engine technology peaked? And now it's just throwing in all the extras like ABS and traction control and wheelie control, cornering ABS. Is that all it is, really? Now just gadgets and gubbins? Because geometry doesn't really change too much, does it? There's not huge amounts of changes you can make to like engine placement and stuff. Jag dominance. It's not really an interesting topic. I was just realizing, like, both bikes and my van are close to, well, the VFR is over 20 years old now. It's 22, 2003 plate, and this and the van are close to the 20-year mark. But I don't really see them as like old and outdated. Whereas I don't know whether it's an age thing. I mean, when I was, you know, 20, people were buying like I think one friend had a Vauxhall Chevette, one had a Capri, there was a Fiat Panda, little joy machine of death, amazing little car that was, and they were all sort of considered to be sort of cheap bangers. Whoa, you fucking absolute knobhead! What is wrong with a fucking idiot like that? A look on his face like, don't care. Crash and burn, I don't care. Merseyside Fire and Rescue. You want a Merseyside portable shower machine, because it stinks around here. Ah, which way? Make the decision now! Now!
Put the cooking down!
Get down now! Right, yeah, we'll do this way. We'll go on the back roads, have a little bit of fun. Kind of want to see what the gravel road of death gravel is like. Shut up, you indicator. I'll tell you when to switch off. Quad exhausts, legendary. Why are we going slowly? Yeah, just give it one little blip. Just one little indicator blip, that's all you need, isn't it? That's all we need before we start changing and chopping and switching and swapching. Dominance. Who's beeping who? Wonder what that was about. No one likes a beeper. Beeping a little bitch. Always because it's broken down. Unfortunate. That does lead, there might be a possibility of some red light runners. Yeah, I made an offhand comment in a comment the other day. It was Bikegeist actually, who queried when I stopped being a little pleb. And I mentioned it was around the time when I just, sort of the aftermath of crashing a wedding. I decided it was probably a good idea to put myself in an environment with enforceable rules, like the army, before I did something stupid. Yeah, my wife said to me, he goes, I didn't know you crashed a wedding. So like a little story that she didn't know. But to be fair, this was before she and I were acquainted. Oh, I'm never going to get down that gap, am I? Not in a million millions. But yes, I shall tell you the story while I try and get through this traffic. I should have went down a little path to the left, little sneaky sneaks, but hey ho, there we go. Yeah, I was fresh out of school, and my first job was for a forklift truck company in the office as an office scrote, earning. So I'm sure it was like £20-30 a week. Criminal, I know, but because I was under 18, they got to dictate no wages basically. It was tiny, but they did have like an office upstairs that because they would be hiring out. Can I get down a little? Oh, you arse! Come on! Oh, you baller, mate! Yeah, so they had like mechanics downstairs to fix the trucks, and all the office staff were upstairs for the hiring and the office work. So you used to get a lot of ooh, suit you, sir. Yeah, you used to get like a lot of dues basically. It was the time of the Christmas office parties and stuff like that. But it was a retirement. Why is he pulsing up and down? It was a guy was finally retiring, so they were going to hold his retirement party at a place called the Broadway Clubs, or something to do with clubs in Broadway. It was like a long unit of halls that were rented out for functions. You're running a red light, you fucking idiot. Don't beep at me, dipshit. Yeah, so it was like one unit. Don't you dare stop policing the merge, little prick. Yeah, so you'd have like one unit was the venue for the retirement, and as you can imagine, retirement, I'm around 16, 17 years old at the time, and I am surrounded by old people. Could there be any worse situation for a young, strapping 16-year-old to be in than surrounded by people who were retiring, literally almost dead. So I'd brought a friend with me because I knew this was going to be incredibly boring without some form of distraction. And they weren't shy about serving 16-year-olds whiskey, that's for sure. God, I was so drunk. But we were that bored. We decided to go and have a look and see what was going on in the other places. And we saw like a big wedding party arrive. And we're like, oh, well, that's got to be much more fun than a retirement party, right? Yeah, so we just decided to go in that one instead. Absolutely bladdered, and we were getting our pictures taken with the family. People are probably thinking, who the fuck are these two jokers? These two clearly underage boys, absolutely pissed. Like very early on in the night, like according to them, because it wasn't a meal. It was like the after the meal bit where everyone wants to go get drunk and have a dance. So I didn't suddenly decide one day to get up and crash a wedding. It was just sort of a opportunity. Also, this was in 1998? No, 97-ish. Yeah, in around 97. And we were all in like shirts, trousers and shoes, as was the style at the time.
So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time. No! For when you were on your night outs, you'd actually dress up. I mean, you could probably get in with trainers now, innit? Jeans and trainers. Back then, oh, trainers, shit, that'll look me.